And now today's stars get set to square off as the ACC meets the Big East. Knotted at 2 in the ACC-Big East Challenge, we're ready to sky high in night 3 as the Tigers' duo of doom, Elden, Campbell, and Dale Davis force opponents above the rim. The small, quick Friars could claw the Tigers as Providence sports a dangerous backcourt that can strike from anywhere. Carlton's screen can drive his point home. Two heavyweights follow in game number 2 as Duke can force the action from anywhere on the court. With Phil Henderson running the show, the Blue Devils always find the target open in the middle, turning opponents blue. But with the skyscrapers of number 1 Syracuse, the Orange don't let just anyone into their field of trees. Syracuse hopes to slam the door shut on the Blue Devils next on ESPN's ACC-Big East Challenge.
Welcome, everyone, to the Greensboro Coliseum here in Greensboro, North Carolina. Mike Gorman, along with Bill Raftery. Night 3 of the ACC-Big East Challenge. About to go down. Clemson and Providence will be the two teams that we'll see first. And two teams, Billy, that look to opposite places for their strength. For Clemson, it's all inside with Campbell and Davis.
Well, you've got to think of power basketball when you look at Clemson. They're very good at getting the ball inside. These two guys can finish plays. They'll be a distraction all night long for Providence.
Elden, Campbell, a big guy, so is Davis. The duo of doom, they have been christened by a South Carolina sports writer. They look like Indiana Jones and company right there. We'll see what they can do with Providence College tonight. Providence College may not have the strongest front court in the Big East. Arguably, they have the best backcourt in the Big East.
Well, you've got to put them in the top 5 in the country. They've played so well together for so long. They're very good at running the ball up the floor and getting their feet set for the 3 points. They're very comfortable. They can play a lot of minutes, therefore they're the men of steel.
And they will really pick your pocket too, Murdoch and Screen. They really go at you in the backcourt. And that could be a big question in tonight's game. Will the Providence pressure give Clemson fits?
Well, Clemson worked very hard today at handling the pressure. The key is, can Providence turn it up a notch? You've seen them early. It's not depressive last year, so they're going to really have to work hard at this.
Okay, we got the Providence College guys right in the middle of us here. So obviously, Eric Murdoch and company are ready to play. Coming up, night 3 of the ACC-Big East Challenge. Right now, back to John Saunders.
Thanks, Mike and Bill. Providence trying for a little bit of a revenge against the ACC. You'll recall they lost to Virginia in the first round of the NCAA tournament. A reminder, this is just the first of 2 games tonight. As we continue, we'll get to game number 6. It will be number 6, the Duke Blue Devils, against the top-ranked team in the nation, the Syracuse Orangemen, in a battle of the number 2 seeds. At halftime, we'll have scores, and we'll take a look at the issue of freshman eligibility. Stay with us. We have another great night of college basketball ahead. Clemson and Providence straight ahead from Greensboro.
Welcome back to Greensboro, everyone. Mike Gorman along with Bill Raftery. Night 3 of the ACC-Big East Challenge set to go. We are even at 2-2 as we head into this 3rd round of games. The games have been outstanding so far. A great overtime win by Seton Hall last night, and NC State knocking off St. John's. And of course, on Monday night, it all belonged to Dennis Scott and Georgia Tech. What a great effort he had, and Connecticut over Maryland. So 2-2 heading into night 3. They couldn't have planned it any better, Bill.
A toned-up Dennis Scott. No, it's that's how competitive both leagues are, Mike.
All right, the Clemson Tigers are ready. So are the Providence College Friars. So let's meet the starting lineups for both clubs. That's the Phantom Friar. This is Larry Dunlap.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Greensboro. Now the starters for our first matchup tonight between the Clemson University Tigers and the Providence College Friars. At forward for Clemson, a 6'11 junior from Toccoa, Georgia, number 34, Dale Davis. At forward for Providence, a 6'10 senior from Bronxville, New York, number 30, Marty Conlon. At forward for the Tigers, a 6'4 senior from Los Angeles, California, number 4, Kirkland Howling. At forward for the Friars, a 6'5 senior from Columbia, Maryland, number 15, Quentin Burton. At center for Clemson, a 6'11 senior from Inglewood, California, number 41, Elden Campbell. At center for Providence, a 6'11 senior from Staten Island, New York, number 25, Abdul Shamsuddin. At guard for the Tigers, a 6'3 senior from the Bronx, New York, number 12, Marion Cash. At guard for the Friars, a 6'2 junior from Bridgewater, New Jersey, number 14, Eric Murdoch. At guard for Clemson, a 6'4 sophomore from Greenville, South Carolina, number 11, David Young. And at guard for Providence, a 6-foot senior from Brooklyn, New York, number 11, Carlton Screen. The head coach of the Clemson Tigers, Cliff Ellis. And Rick Barnes coaches the Friars of Providence.
Something of a homecoming for Rick Barnes, who's originally from North Carolina. We'll see how his Providence club can do here. Night 3 set to go. Clemson and Providence. Set to go in night 3. Abdul Shamsuddin, Elden, Campbell will jump it up. Both clubs really got a lot of players back. A couple of veteran teams we're looking at, though.
Experience and, of course, inside and outside. A little different look by both clubs.
Providence College, known for their full-court pressure defense. We'll see how it turns out tonight. Here we go. Marion Cash will set the offense, and Carlton Screen aggressively up on him. Howland kicks it over Cash. Now they find Davis down in the corner. Shamsuddin out on him. Burton chasing Young, and he drops in a 3.
Snuck it in. Man-to-man D by Providence.
Carlton Screen, number 11, to run the show for Providence. Eric Murdoch, the key guard, number 14. That's a little bit of everything.
2-3 zone, Michael. Looked pretty active in their walkthrough today in this zone.
Screen looking again for Conlon in the middle. Screen, nice up fake, pulls up short. Burton, nice board.
Oh, what a gather. And right away, of course, that sets up the famed press by the Friars.
Good double team down in the corner. Now Cash gets it in the middle. He gets trapped on the other side, nearly turned it over. Hit Murdoch, slapping away.
Active with the deflections, aren't they?
Campbell's first shot, he knocks it down. That's big for Elden Campbell, who hasn't been shooting well at all in the first 4 games.
And talking to Cliff Ellis, he was concerned about how, and a silly foul too, right after the goal.
Davis picks it up.
Yeah, Dale Davis with the reach in. And I said, is it in the head of Elden Campbell? You know, to miss him because he shot near 60% for his career. He said, I think he's over it, but it's helpful when you make a few.
Murdoch set to inbound. Murdoch lost it off of foot. Campbell able to gather it in, but then he had a foot on the end line.
A little raggy start.
Yeah, a little bit. A little casual there.
Cliff Ellis, a singer. Did you know? Beach songs.
Beach songs.
And I said, what are beach? Well, a little bit like Aretha Franklin. You know, I've got to hear Cliff sing like him. I like her, I should say.
Got to get it. A little feature can be done on Cliff there, I think.
He's cut a record, too.
Murdoch on the outside.
And they'll set up on that 3-point line.
Murdoch's first shot won't go down. He struggled early. Burton kept it alive, but Young with the loose ball, and now Cash. 5-2 Clemson early. 18 minutes still to play here first half. Cash, a nice move.
Good help by Dean.
Young again tees it up. Well, David Young, 33% coming into the game on threes, is 2 for 2. Quentin Burke. Campbell got a piece this ride. It'll be Providence ball.
Pretty good reaction to the shot there. Well, that helps your big people when you can nail those deep jumpers. Whew. And this is good reaction on the baseline defense.
Campbell flying by this time. Screen now will try outside. He knocks down a 3.
Well, one thing Providence has done very well for quite a while is dribble and draw people and then dump. Drive, draw, and dish. The 3 Ds.
Burton up on the pressure. Young skips it to Howland.
We can call him Kirk, too. I checked in with the coach.
Kirkland Howland.
Yeah.
And Marion Cash. Got some great names on this team. Near steal by Providence. Now it's picked off by Conlon. Loose. Cash got it back. Good dish for Davis.
Great look. And A guy who could be a great one from all reports. Finishes it off. Davis.
Davis shooting 62% from the floor. Conlon takes it in the lane first time. Shamsuddin a follow nicely off the glass.
Oh, what did he say at half court to us? The coach said rebound.
Play defense and rebound.
Well, he did one of them there.
Young is ahead. Cash ignores him, takes it in. Conlon the rebound.
Tough angle for that delivery.
Providence would like to play this game. The pull-up is short. Burton again the follow. Loose. Off Murdoch out of bounds.
Now, you've told me that Murdoch's not shooting the ball as well. A little bit stronger, and of course, coming back from a stress fracture.
Really struggled, Bill, the first 2 games. Last 2 games has shot the ball pretty well. Near steal by Murdoch.
Look at the help.
Cash again takes it for 2.
Nice patience. Reset his feet. Marion's the boss for this club.
4 different Tigers have scored. Burton will bounce past Shamsuddin. Murdoch left open, knocks that one down.
The Jersey guy said ESPN has turned his grandmother on to basketball. She didn't know it existed. Can't wait to watch him now.
I don't think we're going to have too many shot clock violations in this
No,
game.
not these 2 teams.
Campbell comes high this time.
Clemson played Providence in '75 in the NIT, and Joey Hassett, who's here, played against Tree Rollins and Skip Wise.
Campbell's 2 for 2.
Well, forget the head problems, huh? He's going to drill them.
I guess he's got 4. Averaging only 9 points a game through the first 4 games. Conlon over the top. Campbell the steal.
Marty couldn't seal him baseline. Nice play by Campbell.
Screen. Boy, he's got quick hands.
Quick feet. He's got the whole package, doesn't he?
Young looking for 3 in a row.
All right, David. There's Derek Forrest, who's on this Clemson club, is married as we see the deep jumper.
Shamsuddin couldn't get it over the top. Young the loose ball. 17-9 Clemson. David Young with 3 threes.
They said that David does Derek, do you tease Derek being married? Does he impact on the play? Slow.
Far. Ernie DiGregorio leading the way, and now here we are with Dave Gavitt's Big East challenging the ACC. And a look at Dave Gavitt and Gene Corrigan, and Dave truly was a terrific coach. However, when you had players like Ernie D, you could make passes like that.
Gene all smiles. They've done a great job with this concept, but Dave Gavitt was a great coach, and I've got the pains that prove it. And he was really a master on the sideline, but he did have some great players.
Campbell finally missed one. Friars the other way. Watson the ball game, another 3-point shooter.
May have gone man-to-man that trip after the timeout. Now they're switching back. Cliff Ellis figuring Rick Barnes would be plotting his own concepts.
Derek Forrest, number 13, is checked in for Clemson. We'll get a little small. Inside, Shamsuddin jumps, hook won't go. And we got Murdoch, maybe?
I don't think they give it to Marty. I think you're right, though. Eric reached in. Those shots.
No, they gave it to Conlon as first.
He may have hit him first, then Murdoch got him. But those shots have to go in. They're not going to get many follows. And the press has to help Providence. Right here, that jump hook, good shot. But you can see, I guess, Marty got a piece. And then late, Eric Murdoch.
Friars yet to turn anything over with their pressure.
Cliff Ellis worked at coming to the ball.
Forrest dribbling through a crowd. Inside, Davis, no, Davis. Yes.
Right now, getting it in, the size. Dale Davis, they say, can turn it on. Maybe a lottery pick if he really works at it, from what some of the pro scouts tell me.
Conlon can make that shot, but the problem is if he doesn't, trouble on the boards.
Exactly. When I say lottery, possibly next year if he works at his game. That's a long way to go.
Davis, a junior, Campbell, a senior. Here's Campbell again on the baseline. In and out this time. Shamsuddin kicks at the screen.
Tough pass to handle.
Very tough.
Good idea. A good job right now by Cliff Ellis and his club against Rick Barnes. They're really coming out and playing the shooters on the three-point line, Mike. Providence loves to run it down, and he'll kick it cross court. So preparation essential.
Marquise Bragg has checked into the game for the first time for the Friars.
Yeah, they come to the ball.
Davis and Campbell have made some nice passes.
Sure have. Well, they can see the floor. The big guys back there. Nice
Pass
pass.
the dish to Davis. Conlon kept that ball alive. Murdoch out of the pack with it. Needs some help. A screen will set the offense. Screen, sees a lane, takes it in. Conlon over the back, slapped it out of bounds.
Marty got away with one.
Yeah, officials will let them play a little bit in this one.
They sure are. Well, that maybe evens up for that Shamsuddin one at the other end, but here, really a good non-call on this. Nice steal.
Murdoch has it blocked, but a foul is called. Campbell got him on the way by on the first on Elden.
Well, they've got to get easy baskets, Providence, then get control of their emotions, but they are very good at stepping in when you do not come to the ball or you throw a soft pass. I'll tell you what, that may have been a mystery one, that block.
Sean Tyson comes in for Davis. Gets a lot smaller when either Davis or Campbell sit down.
Yeah, he's their big guy backup and gives up a few inches in there.
Eric Murdoch, just a junior. You would be hard-pressed to find a better all-around player in the Big East. Now, a lot of players perhaps who are better at individual parts of the game, but boy, Eric does a little bit of everything.
Excuse me. Marquise with a pretty good tip there. Bragg
has been very active, a sophomore.
Got a Clifford Scott playing for Greg Tynes, who played at Seton Hall and enabled us to win a few on many an evening. Great talent. And
Bragg with the foul.
Not cute. Well, guys like to come into the game and get involved, and sometimes they just misuse the opportunity. And of course, you got to fight the post, and it's going to be physical. Marquise gets the nod that trip.
Team fouls are even at 2 apiece. 12:49 to go first half. Young. Oh, he's right on it, though.
They sure is. Great check out by Murdoch.
Screen. Good look for Conlon. He got 2.
Now that was a chest pass. Marty would have had the bruises if he didn't get his hands up. Good run by the big guy.
Clemson by 7. Young's going to go coast to coast. No. Follow no. Conlon kicks at the screen. He's got Murdoch and Bragg with him on the break. Screen, little stop and go move, and he drew a foul. And if it's Campbell, it's 2.
And waiting was David Young. They didn't need the block, but every big guy feels he's got to contribute. Again, that punishment, the pushing of the ball. And you see underneath the terrific setup. Just a tough foul there. They had it set. Could have picked up the charge.
Davis comes back in, and Campbell has to sit down with 2. Still a long time to go here. First half, 12-18. Screen, the 6-foot senior out of Brooklyn.
His dad went to Erasmus Hall back when Billy Cunningham was in school, and got to meet him through doing the games. And he was a skinny little kid when he walked in. So he's finding either some good places to eat or the weight room, or both.
Bragg again active on the board, but it's pulled down in there by Tyson.
Man-to-man, Providence.
Screen out on Cash. Murdoch comes to Young. They go right inside to Davis, blocked by Murdoch. Forrest tees up a 3. And a foul on Sadler, who just came into the game, and that gets Rick Barnes upset on the Providence sideline.
Well, they're going to have to check out, no question, but they've got to control their physical play.
12 minutes straight up to go here first half. Big game coming up later on tonight. Number 6 Duke, number 1 Syracuse. And of course tomorrow night the Meadowlands was long sold out. Villanova and Virginia, followed by Carolina and Georgetown. A junkie's dream, basketball junkie's dream this week.
We are in the right place. Man-to-man, and it looks like a lot of power game going on.
Young gets swallowed up.
Particularly by Clemson.
Davis unable to get around Sadler. That's a travel as Cash dragged the foot.
Marion Cash trying to run the show, really in a hurry that time. Should have backed it off and reset. They run a lot of nice stuff, particularly against the man-to-man.
Clemson has missed their last 6 shots after starting out 8 of 12.
Straight up man right now.
Screen. Sadler will fire away.
5 points a game. He's got some confidence playing 13 minutes.
Providence back to within 4 after Clemson had the big early lead. Forrest down in the corner. Cash looks to Young. Tyson now looks for a lane. Lost it off his foot. And another turnover for Clemson. It's Providence ball.
A little mistiming right now on their man-to-man. You notice as they post up Davis, they reverse the ball, or he's caught going the wrong way. So without Campbell in there.
Bragg powered up when he draws the foul. Reaching on the outside on Cash is first.
Rick Barnes loves the pressure game, and historically terrific free throw shooting team which initiates it for you, and you've got that sort of gnawing effect as the game progresses. If you don't get a steal, you got them thinking about it continually.
Marquise Bragg, just a 33% free throw shooter early in the season. Pretty smooth on that one.
Well, he's been through some good high school games, state championships, county tournaments at Clifford Scott. Good to see him getting an opportunity this year.
You're all over those kids from the Oranges.
Well, we lived and died by them.
Knocks down both free throws, and suddenly the Friars within 2, an 8-0 run for Providence.
A little different look now. 3-quarter, 1-2, 1-1.
Nearly a turnover there by Davis in the backcourt.
Well, they had it.
Yep.
10 seconds. See, it's much easier for the official now, Mike. I believe years ago you got more than 10. Now they use the shot clock, and it's a quick 10. That's the gnawing effect. It's continual.
Friars now a chance to tie halfway through this first half. Murdoch looks back over to Rick Barnes to get the call.
Down and through.
Fine watch down in the corner. He gets Bragg. Bragg sent back at him by Davis, and then Bragg reached in for the foul.
Nice play. That's when you got to respect the defense. Good reaction by Clemson as the double came for Sadler on the low post, and the peel back as Marquise figures it's my shot, I'm going to take it, and then the frustration vented.
Davis to make the inbound pass to Cash. You can see as we get that good wide shot there, the Friars set their defense.
Oh, they go. So it's a long way from us, but the idea of a press is to eventually make you take a quick shot. And anything that happens in between that is positive is a great assistance. That particular play was one of them.
Also, the press can tick you off a little bit.
Oh, you do get frustrated.
Yeah. Clemson with their 6th turnover to 3 for Providence 10 minutes into the game.
I remember in the schoolyard you always wanted to free out. Get your hands off me.
That's right.
Free out.
Very few free outs with Providence. Sadler high, gives off to Burton.
Nice scissor like the Celtics.
Bragg, a little trouble. Double dribble or a travel, take your pick.
What Rick Barnes seems to be doing, I looked at the minutes. Marty Conlon playing around 30 minutes, and Bragg can give him that help, get him a rest. From talking to their staff, they feel the high efficiency level is around 28, 30 minutes for Marty Conlon. Doesn't tire, does some good things.
Clemson has not scored in a while here. 9:47 to go first half, 19-17, Tigers by 2.
Look at that deflection almost by screen. They are after it.
Forrest is really watching the ball as he dribbles.
And here's that flat 3-2 now, or 1-2-2, real flat, trying to force the outside shot, take away the inside game.
It's been almost 5 minutes since Clemson has scored. Jones in the game first time, finds Davis in the middle. He kicks it out. Forrest leans in and gets 2.
Heads up play by Derek. His wife Donna will be happy. A lady Tiger on the basketball team. What they discuss at dinner.
Quentin Burton misses a three. Conlon there for the offensive board. Wants to go back up. Has it sent back, but draws a foul. And I think Forrest is going to get it.
That's a tribute to hard work, that move, Mike. Marty Conlon really used his footwork beautifully. First, a little shove to gather position. Now watch this. The left foot's the pivot. The step across now, and a great-looking block up high. The ref's got it down low, but that takes a lot of effort daily to perfect that move.
Davis is active, isn't he?
Sure is.
Young will check back in for Clemson. Tyson goes out. Ricky Jones is also in the Clemson lineup. 18 a game and 9 rebounds for Conlon so far this year. Misses both free throws, though. Clemson by 4 in the ball. Young comes high.
There's been a lot of circling in the post. See Jones through and then Davis around. A little bit of a screen.
Young outside.
That was the best stroke he's had.
Jones is stripped by Bent as he tried to go up. His screen on the break, nearly lost it. And Cliff Ellis can't believe he didn't.
Well, he knows it was a heads-up play by screen. If he re-dribbled, it would have been called.
Again, screen a little careless, lost it off his foot, and then committed the silly foul reaching in. It's Hurst.
Couldn't get a hold of it that whole set,
No,
could
he couldn't.
A little empty trip for Carlton.
Eric Murdoch's going to come back in the Friar lineup. Watts will go out. Cliff Ellis hasn't had many points in the last 5 or 6 minutes, but he's getting Elden Campbell a lot of rest with those 2 fouls.
Man-to-man this trip. A little switching each time down right now by Providence. I'd go to Davis.
So would they. Oh, nice move, won't go for him, and that's a travel.
Came down with it. In a hurry, though. Do you ever notice that you've got the ball? Take your time. I think he could have squared up on the other side instead of flipping the shot and gotten himself a deuce. They'll come back to you, Dale Davis. Just relax.
Screen directs Bent over to the foul line left. Conlon pops out. In and out with the jumper. Marty Conlon unable to find any range, and Forrest quickly the other way, and he gets his pocket picked by Murdoch. Murdoch of screen on the break. Screen, nice move. Got the foul from Young, count the basket.
Well, real heady play.
That's a senior play, wasn't it?
It sure was. David Young stripped in a sense as he's hanging up there to dry. Great control. But the deflections, the ability to keep the hands active. You think you've got the guy beat, you got to push the ball out. You just can't keep dribbling by your side. Now a little hang time only in the city. Although the country's catching up. A lot of guys can do that anymore.
7:39 to go first half, and Screen gets the Friars to within 1. We've got a timeout, and Providence has come all the way back. They trail by 1, 21-20. Dawn here from Greensboro. Mike Gorman along with Bill Raftery. 21-20 Clemson. Young 3 for 3, but those came early. And Providence on an 11-2 run the last 7:02. Providence spreading it around pretty good. And they will come with their full court pressure again.
Now, Michael, you've seen them early. Is the press a little better?
It seems a little better, a little quicker tonight.
A little more alert. Double.
Young throws it away. Screen's got a 3-on-2 break. Finds Burton rather, who was the open man.
Well, the guards stopped the dribble. But one of them has to go back and play the back of the zone until the big guys come down.
Friars with their first lead, 22-21.
They are relentless, though, with the pressure.
Tyson flashes through, won't go. Burton, a strong board. Outlet to screen. This is a 4-on-2 break. Screen to Conlon. Skips through. Missed the layup. Davis pulls down the rebound.
Easy one for Conlon, too.
He's struggling. Forrest looks to get it back quick, but he has to kick it back out.
Like that jump shot against the press. The press works when you take that quick shot that Tyson took.
Tyson, offensive foul as he knocks down Burton on the baseline.
Now, right now, Marion Cash has to get the ball. Cliff Ellis has got the coat off. A couple of years ago, I was involved in a Clemson, Georgia Tech game, and he had broken his arm tripping, running. We were talking about it. He's a fierce competitor, and he knows that Marion Cash has to grab hold of this team now, because when they beat the press, they got to bring it back out and run something and relax.
Trust certainly feeds on itself.
1-3-1 look. Corners are open. Dimer. Tyson.
Not sure.
No.
Yeah, you're right. It was Tyson. His second.
Well, I get a kick out of a game where they've been doing everything like Mike Tyson does with the punches and banging on the boards, and it is a foul, but it just seems out of sorts. There's Larry Limbo, played a little bit. Nick, draft pick years ago out of Manhattan.
Clemson over the limit, so Murdoch knocks down the free throw. He's got 4.
That's what's been outstanding. The free throw shooting generally of Providence. Did the easy ones to get back in games and control them. Look at the flicking.
Davis with the bounce pass, can't get it down. Great tip. Tyson for 2.
Up big. No body placed on him.
First bucket for Sean Tyson, a junior. Six minutes to go, first half, tied at 23. Murdoch catches and fires. A rebound to Davis.
Now, he wanted that one from the get-go. He was begging for it from Carlton Screen.
Davis, the trailer, kicks it back out to Cash.
That's what he has to do now orchestrate.
Young, Murdoch, the quick hands. Young got it back. Can't make those passes like you make them in practice against this team.
They're always in the passing lane.
Davis looking for a cutter. There was none. Forrest pulls up in the lane too hard off the glass, gets his own rebound. Back up for 2.
Not too many white shirts. But Derek Forrest, very aggressive going to the goal. He's got good footwork as well.
Screen pulls it back out, down by 2. Finds Murdoch along the baseline, still can't get it down. Strong rebound, Sadler. He'll put it back up himself. No, Shams Dean slaps at it. Davis comes down with it.
Easy, Marion. That's it. High low. Now Davis backed down. I thought he could have done something in pinning his man on that play.
Over the top, Tyson. Nice play.
Now that's organization right there, and a tribute to Cash.
A 4-point run here by the Tigers gets them back up. 4.5 to go. And Davis just picked up a silly foul in a second.
Come on. Let the big guys roam around a little. Little cut to the box. Not passing out any bandages on that foul.
No. Murdoch 6 down on the Providence bench. So was Sadler.
You mentioned Rick Barnes from Hickory, who coached or practiced yesterday at Elon. And he was telling everybody as though they all knew where this Elon College was. Of course, it's familiar to him.
Happiest person in Providence when they heard they were coming to Greensboro with Candy Barnes, his wife. Free trip home, you know?
Exactly. Nice people.
Cash gets it up ahead to Young. Cross court. Conlon, quick hands. Burton, the loose ball. That looked like an easy basket for Clemson.
They caused so many problems and turnovers. Well, nice play by Clemson as well.
Up ahead. Tyson's alone.
Snap back.
6 for Sean Tyson as Elden Campbell looks on, and that's the Tiger lead.
When that rim snaps back, you know it's a physical jam.
Watts, the three-point shooter, looks inside. Conlon can't get it off. Got it back. And he got fouled. And on Davis, it's his third. So the duo of doom in a little bit of trouble here. Davis with 3, Campbell on the bench with 2.
If they keep getting calls like this, they will be doomed. Again, the footwork, but see the good help, and there is a reach in. It's easy to sit here and criticize, but I wanted to watch him a little bit. That charge, I guess, huh?
Cliff Ellis still talking to the official. And Clemson's going to go very small now. Looks like Cliff's going to try to play the last 350 without either Campbell or Davis. Clemson's in the midst of an 8-0 run that Conlon will try to snap at the free throw line.
Cliff made his name at South Alabama in the Sun Belt, and really has developed a terrific program. First of all, Michael, you don't want to go down to Clemson and play with your team. I mean, you're just going to come out with a loss and a lot of aggravation. They are tough at home. And developing a well-rounded team.
Under 4 minutes to go here, first half, 4-point lead, and Clemson's got it.
Mike Gorman, when Marion Cash has run the offense and been patient, they've gotten this nice little sequence going. Nice screen, well directed, and of course the dump down and the weak side help not present.
Sean Tyson with 6 off the Tiger bench. However, the story for the Tiger fans as well as cheerleaders is that Campbell and Davis both on the bench. There's a turnover. Dean up no, gets his own rebound, gets it off the glass.
I don't know if he called glass on that one, but a good effort by the big guy.
There's Cash looking to come through the pressure, gets it ahead. Jones nearly walked. Tyson buries a jumper.
Now, if you're Rick Barnes, you like that shot, though. Now, that's
quick off the break.
Yeah,
right?
in other words, if it doesn't go, they're going back the other way. That's where Cash has to sprint down and take it away. It did go down, and now Tyson thinks he can do it all the time.
Watts comes around the screen. Front rims at Conlon off the boards. Rejected down low by Jones.
Great play.
Up ahead, Young spins, finds Tyson for 2 more.
Boy, has he played well, Tyson, getting down the floor a few times. Nice post play. And pretty good reaction by David Young.
10 off the bench now, and Clemson by 6, 2:55 in the first half.
Ricky Jones pretty active on that block.
Carlton screen cuts the lead in half with a 3. Screen's got 10.
Generally, what Providence press does, it takes it out of the guard's hand. This time it didn't. And then it's tough to get it back to Cash.
Burton from behind with the reach in. First foul on Quentin Burton.
That's number 6, I believe.
Yep, still not over the limit.
So anytime you go from behind, you're going to get caught. You've got to turn and sprint is the Barnes philosophy, and deflect.
Unusual for the Friars to play a half without going over the limit. Offensive foul, Cash.
What do you think? I mean, heads-up play by screen.
Yeah. No, I thought he jumped in.
Oh, you gotta just let him play. Now, guys are going to do that all night. Are you going to call that all night?
I agree with you, Bill. Play on is Bill Raftery.
Let him go.
Team fouls 12 to 6. And you can see the turnover situation. Providence capitalized. Tyson comes down with the elbows high. Looked like Mike on that one, didn't
Sure did.
Cash, a runner in the lane, won't go down. Foul. Who they got? Screen?
I think they do.
Bob Donato with the call, gives Screen his second.
Pretty good half for Clemson when you consider the big guys out. I mean, everybody afraid of their reputation, I'm sure, and of course their great inside game. And all of a sudden, he's had to pull strings. He's got some good reaction.
Murdoch for Screen. Providence is 8 of 14 at the line. This is Clemson's first trip to the line. Cash. You want a point guard who shoots better than 50% from the free throw line.
You sure do. Particularly late in the game, he's going to handle the basketball. Out of the Bronx. Walton High School. John Morton's stomping grounds.
Third point from Marion. Tim Kincaid, a 6'3" senior, comes in for the first time.
About 17 minutes a game, and he's their backup point guy. Ask Cliff about that. So he's got to do a good job now.
He has hands full with Eric Murdoch. Watts comes high. Looking for Conlon. They find him. Oh, Tyson, a big play.
Sure was. He has been terrific.
Davis and Campbell, all you hear about was Clemson. Tyson and Young have come up huge in the game so far. Burton takes down a Tyson miss. Murdoch looking for some room. Leaves it for Watts. Inside to Conlon. Tyson again over the top. Caused the turnover. Is Tyson on the break. Skipping a nice pass, but the layup way off. Forrest.
Threw it too far back, I think. Don't you? It wasn't a bad idea. The guy trailed, was pretty deep. He didn't want to charge, though.
Missed the box, though.
Yeah.
1:05 now to play first half. 4-point Clemson lead.
Always use that little high pick and roll.
Murdoch finds Shamsuddin for the dunk.
To the goal. Send it in, Shamsuddin.
He's got 6.
The great part of their offense as the turnover occurs is that ability to drive and draw people, and the pressure continues to gnaw away.
So the Friars will get it back and a chance to tie with 46 seconds to go. Do they play for one?
I would, but I don't think Rick Barnes will. They figure they maybe get a couple out of their press, and I can't argue with them.
Yeah.
Here we go. They're not the low tempo type of club. They're going for the gusto each moment.
Conlon's got about 4 inches on Tyson, but Tyson's done a great job of not allowing the ball to get there.
He's played very well. All their inside people have been conscious and helping out. Ricky Jones has done a good job. That one block, they're going for one. No count. He's not the distance.
Now start the offense around 12 or 10. There goes Murdoch with 12. Watch, he can make that shot. Not this time. Long rebound, Murdoch. He's got time. Can't hit it. Ball kept in. No, it wasn't kept in by Conlon with 1 second to go.
Some kind of effort, Mike, though. By Providence, Murdoch running it down, and Conlon almost coming up with it.
Overhead, big guy.
Right here, Conlon on the ball, so they can't see the floor. David Young will have problems.
There's a scoreboard here that is hittable. Ooh, underneath. Whoa!
Great job.
Excellent job by Clemson. Young right on the money. To play for the football team with passes like that. We have played the half. It's 34-32. Clemson by 2 to the studio right now. We go, and John's on. Thank you very much, John, and welcome back, everyone, to the Greensboro Coliseum. 2-point game at halftime, 34-32. Providence College likes to put the pressure on and run the basketball. And with Carlton's screen, when they get in his hands, good things usually happen.
He's an outstanding performer. He's got a lot of confidence. And, of course, when you're in a game that it's a good flow to it, these guards can do a lot of good things. Here, the pass and finish. But just the ability to do whatever you want, it's a great feeling, and he's been doing it for a couple of years.
Clemson got the big early lead, but you had the feeling the Providence pressure was taking a toll.
Well, this is a great angle. I used to love scouting from this angle, Mike, and this one is sort of a passive full court. 1-1, 2-1 if you want, or 1-1, 1-2. It's like they just vary it so often it puts the pressure on the guards. This one makes the long pass occur. They got the 10-second violation. Now they'll go full all over the inbounds pass and create some problems as well.
And there you can see the points off the turnovers all in Providence College's favor, 13-4, similar to what North Carolina State was able to do last night. The duo of doom has really been doomed to the bench a good part of the time.
We thought they would be an impact team tonight, but their bench has supported them. But I've got to think they got to dump it into them and get them into the game.
Young early hit the big 3-pointers, and Tyson, both of them played very well.
He was impressive. You mentioned they're a little smaller when he came into the game, but he's gotten down the floor. He's made a jump shot, a running hook. Extraordinary performance. They're going to need more of that if they continue with the foul problems.
Clemson 15-32. The Friars struggling at 11 of 36, but the turnovers, the difference in the game, at least keeping Providence in it right now, 13-7. Rebounds strongly in Clemson's favor, 25-19, and that's surprising in that Davis, spent so much time on the bench, and so did Campbell.
Oh, they're very active, too, and you've got to think that they've been very competitive. I would think if they continue bulking up, they could wear the Providence inside people down.
Providence, of course, is just going to apply more pressure. If you Cliff Ellis, what were you saying in the locker room?
Well, I'm sure he's saying control the basketball. Let's get it back into the point guard's hands. Don't make some silly quick shots, and please be careful of the deflections as you dribble up the floor. Push the ball ahead because they're going to come after it.
All right, the ACC-Big East Challenge continues. It's been even, 2 games apiece. It's pretty even at the half, 34-32. Second half's coming up.
Human race by Olympics. Makers of 35.
After night 3 of the ACC-Big East Challenge, and we're dead even just about at half, 34-32. Clemson leading by a bucket as both teams take the floor. Conlon, Screen, Burton, Shamsuddin, and Murdoch are out there for Providence as we look at the leading scorers from Clemson. And again, great efforts off the bench on the part of Sean Tyson. David Young not expected to score that well. Providence getting it from Screen, and Shamsuddin something of a surprise. You'd think they'd have to involve Conlon a little more.
That's one thing. He didn't play as well as he's capable of, but Sean Tyson being rewarded with a starting spot in the second half.
He's out there with Cash, Young, Elden, Campbell, and Forrest. Cliff Ellis really did shake up his starting five. 2 new players out there to begin the second half.
Straight up man-to-man.
Shamsuddin launches one and hits it.
Well, forget the rebounding and the defense, huh?
He's got himself 8, averages just 5 a game.
He got a great trap.
Cash ahead. Little pull up in the lane, in and out. Campbell's tip won't go. Shamsuddin takes it down. Nice job to keep it inbound.
Not a bad shot by Marion Cash either.
Screen just comes up and buries one. They give him 2, but that's the prior lead as they come out with a quick 4 to start the second half.
Michael, they were 2 for 10 on those threes.
Forrest, a lane to the hoop. Conlon the block from behind.
Great effort. Go get it.
A little scrum on the floor. It'll be Clemson ball.
Well, it's early in December. And tournament time contesting right now. The Marty getting a nice strip. It's the offensive end that Collins got to contribute, I think, if Providence is to have a shot. Look for Campbell to get involved a little bit now.
Elden in playing with 2 fouls. Davis starts the second half on the bench with 3. Nice move by Cash on a crossover dribble, and he found Tyson for 2.
How about Tyson using the rim to ward off the defender? Great penetration.
Tyson with a dozen off the bench. Burton pops out in the corner. Nigel Tom Davis passed it.
Yeah, they did in the first half. Now they get Conlon for this push-off. Did you notice they did the same thing in the first half? Dr. Tom was at Boston College and, of course, now at Iowa. And Rick Barnes is a little distraught at that particular call.
It was on Conlon, I believe, the second.
Tyson was confident, wasn't he?
Young looking to pick up where he started the first half. Screen left him alone. He found a little lane. Burton hits one from the corner.
Well, that's really an essential part of anybody's offense, but Providence uses it extraordinarily well. Driving on guys and making you pick them up.
Cash listening to you a bit.
Yeah,
he pulls it out. Tyson feels it. Whoa!
This is all well and good, but I think you've got to get Campbell in the flow here, just to get his head into the game.
Screen buries a 3. 15 for Carlton. Screen.
Great use of the dribble right here.
Young, good look, and Tyson scores again. He's got 16 points.
Now that's exploiting the press.
Conlon the trailer.
Then with Tyson in the game, what Rick Barnes has done has forced Clemson to play smaller.
Conlon tried to dish it off. He got stripped. Murdoch found it. Shamsuddin capitalizes.
That's a hang-in-there basket. You know what I mean? Where they changed the personnel, like you're playing smaller, and it was forced by Barnes, I think. But Tyson's really countered offensively.
Good move by Campbell down low as they get him involved.
Get him in the game. Big guy likes to smell the popcorn once in a while.
Burton hits outside for three. Friars getting some points from interesting places tonight.
They sure. Tell you some, Sadler, for example, did some things early on. Marquise Bragg.
Burton's above his average. Shamsuddin has twice his average.
They can't get the rotation from the rear. Good job by Clemson.
Campbell changed hands in the middle of the jump shot there, didn't he?
Sure did.
Screen on the break. Shamsuddin leans in. No. Good Tyson. Up to Young. He's got Forrest with him, and he finds him. And Murdoch got him with the foul.
Well, let's make sure there aren't any prisoners type of foul. But Shamsuddin avoided the charge, but Clemson back alertly and stepped up on him.
Watson, Bragg check in for the Friars. Burton and Shamsuddin goes out. Shamsuddin really needed a blow.
Pretty good effort by him. And we've seen him play some decent games. This is a step up for him.
Yes, it is. Derek Forrest with 4 points tonight. 6'3" senior out of Malone, Florida.
I think Cliff Ellis is a motivator. They had him talk to the football team at Clemson. That's quite an honor. Danny Ford had him in before a Florida State game, and they won. So Duke came down, and Cliff Ellis asked Danny Ford to speak to his club, and Clemson won as well. So both undefeated with their pep talks.
Mutual Admiration Society developing.
Nice play.
Back to Bragg, and Campbell saw it coming.
Pretty good read. Long distance pass by Conlon.
Now, if Marty's having a better night offensively, he takes that shot.
Yes.
That was a foul line extended shot he had. Campbell swings in the lane. Bragg, strong rebound. Murdoch on the break. Foul outside. Who they got?
It looks like they're pointing at Tyson.
Could be Tyson picking it up. We'll check it. 46-44.
Touch by Carlton Screen, and a good call too.
Forrest down low. There's the tip by guess who?
Well, he could probably fight Mike tonight.
Tied at 48.
Good shot off the passing lane by. Well, he almost come up with a two. Marion Cash. Great defense that time.
Interesting strategy here by Cliff Ellis. Clemson bench really responding. All of that, of course, Tyson with 20 of the 26. But Dale Davis stays on the bench. There's a steal by Forrest. Screen, Wade, Burton the block. And they've got Screen with the foul.
Great hustle back. But you know you've worked hard when you can pick up your partner. Quentin Burton reacting beautifully as Screen went for the steal.
Third foul on Screen. Wholesale changes for the Friars. Sadler, Bragg, and Watts all go to the bench. Conlon, Shamsuddin, and Burton all come back in. So Rick Barnes at 13-18 back to the start 5. But again, Cliff Ellis leaving Davis right there on the bench.
Bob Hussey is an assistant for Cliff Ellis. That's him in your picture right now. And he was going through the personnel with me this morning. They just have a lot of good players. A number of guys who can contribute. And I guess as the year goes on, they'll settle. But interesting how they can come up with good talent. Tyson, for example, stepping up tonight.
2 missed free throws prevent Clemson from getting a lead. We're even. 13 and change.
Is that 4 in a row? With Campbell's misses?
Burton looking for Shamsuddin inside.
Spread the floor and really test the defense. Try and use the pick and roll on this sequence.
Murdoch squares up top of the key and drops in 3.
And Shamsuddin really got his man too with that offensive pick.
Burton hounding Cash.
Head up. Good job by Marion.
Davis with 12 and a half to go goes to the scorer's table. Forrest shut off. Gets it back.
Campbell pulled away. Should have stayed right there. Now they get it to him.
Elden will jump turnaround for 2.
Well, smarter than we are.
He's got 8.
Good hustle.
Excellent hustle play by Campbell. Unable to keep it in, but This kid's an athlete. He can really get up and down the floor at 6'11". Runs the floor as well as anybody out there.
Because you almost thought that Cliff Ellis was mad at Davis the way he saved him, but the way Tyson was playing. Screen now, retaliating.
17 for screen, 3-point prior lead. Cash wants a little help. Campbell will provide it.
See the changes of the looks. It puts the pressure on the point guard. 2-3 zone right now. At 1-2-2.
1-2-2. Yeah.
Put the pressure on the outside, people.
Howling knocks it down.
Didn't take him long.
Nope. Kirk Howling, his first basket of the game. Averages 9.
Yeah, he's got and of course 18 minutes too.
Burton thought about 3, takes it strong, misses the layup, gets his own follow.
How did he do it?
He looked like he was steaming by. He stopped on a dime.
Now, like, we've been paying a lot of attention to the Providence pressure, but Cliff Ellis has his guys stepping in on the passing lane as well. Very quick.
2-point lead. Friars have got it.
Dean and Marty Conlon out there with a double pick. See number 25. Eric Murdoch just hides his man, and Shamsuddin finishes him off. A nice, easy jumper. Here's the little pick and roll. And then the double. It's sort of a fake as though they're going to turn the corner, and Champs are going right to the hole.
Looked like pass protection they were setting up there.
Plenty of room.
Burton, the quick hands on Cash. Campbell makes it across with about 1.5 seconds to spare. 55-53. Providence by 2. Campbell comes high for it.
Nice little screen for Davis on that play.
Young for 3. David is having himself a night outside the stripe.
Come out of that gate strong.
He's got 12 on 4 shots. Shamsuddin to pick up high.
Good show by Dale Davis. This is almost like holding the ball for Providence.
Yes, it is. Conlon now still not involved in the offense.
Pretty.
Shamsuddin for 2 more.
Marty showed himself that time. Great step to the goal and dish.
At least a 3rd dunk for Shamsuddin. And immediately Cliff Ellis decides he wants to look it over. 10-10 to go in the game. Providence College didn't get a chance to bring their band down with them, so they went over to North Carolina A&T University, and they said, sure, we'll come play for you. And they are doing a heck of a job here, combining with the Providence fans who made it down.
Sal Marinati said they were so excited, the athletic director of Providence, to partake.
Second half shooting really has picked up. Campbell in a bit of trouble here. Conlon picks off the pass.
Tough spot on the floor to pick up the dribble.
Quentin Burton misses outside. Davis a strong rebound in traffic. Friars by 1.
Now Campbell was used to coming over the timeline and making a passing on. They ran a new trap at him and it threw him off.
Young leaves it for Cash. He'll let one fly. Back rims it. Ray Clarkson out underneath. But Conlon comes up with the rebound. Quickly to screen. Right side Murdoch. Quick pull up is short. Rebounded Cash. Cash finds Young ahead. He pulls up and fires. Rebound to Burton.
2 tough shots.
Playing now with the 18-second shot clock here in the ACC
or less.
Big East Challenge. Screen lets it go. Davis another big rebound.
That's what we were used to, huh? Little woo-woo up and down. Got to get their big guys in the game. Let them touch it. There you go.
Davis underneath for 2.
2 powerful forces. Go to them.
Clemson by 1. I said no because Derek Forrest was about to tee it up from about 6 feet outside the 3-point line. Murdoch to Conlon to track it down. Good hands from Cash.
Ben's a pretty good 3-point shooter too, isn't he?
Ben can shoot the ball. Yes, he can.
He's still man-to-man. It looks like, let's see if they're in a triangle of 2 on the guards, Mike.
Murdoch, they got an offensive foul. Larry Lembo's got the offensive foul. He makes the call from underneath. One official had it one way, and Larry Lembo said no.
I can't blame Rick Barnes. I mean, when officials are undecided, the coach has a right, and the refs wisely look the other way. Does he have that angle? He may have moved the arm, but the defense was moving. Initial contact, Clemson.
Second foul on Murdoch. Over the top to Davis. Wants it. Campbell last to touch it out of bounds. Davis forcing it.
Well, what happens when big guys don't get the ball, Mike, they figure when it comes in, they might as well shoot it. They've got to develop in the next few minutes. If I don't have it, kick it out, they'll bring it back to me.
Lembo doing a little house cleaning. Shamsuddin will get in on the unofficial time. Bent goes back to the bench. Bent's minutes have been scarce. Off the screen, definitely the director of traffic for the Friars.
He's the boss.
Yes, he is.
He's enlisted. And there's the Clemson boss.
Clemson by 1. 7:50 to go in the game.
Boxing won this trip.
Campbell, nice play. Forrest's got a lot of options. He didn't take any.
And terrific hustle. That's what it's all about, is Burton never gave up on it. And that's the feel. As the dribbler, if you feel him, give it to your partner or push it out further. Not good reaction by Clemson.
Providence using the timeout. They trail by 1. We'll be back with 7:47 to go here. Second half, 58-57. Clemson by 1. And of course, lots of basketball still to come in this ACC-Big East Challenge week, as Syracuse and Duke will be playing here in the second game. But Cliff Ellis feels there's a lot left here. That's the game we got coming up next. That should be a dandy. Syracuse putting the #1 ranking on the line against the Duke Blue Devils.
I think they go inside now after the timeout.
Campbell, a little too hard off the glass. Murdoch comes away with it.
They got the shot they wanted, I would say. Under duress, but at least the big guy feels comfortable. Switching to these now, Mike. Let's see, it's a 1-1-2. That's a boxing 1. Trying to keep Murdoch out of it. Young is matched up with screen. I think they have a triangle 2.
That is triangle 2, and we get a piece of Murdoch's shot.
Marion Cash helped out beautifully. You mentioned on the break, the Providence guards have to recognize it. They haven't yet.
You need about 3 or 4 passes to recognize it. Murdoch with the steal. Forrest won't catch it.
Pretty anticipation. That's a feel.
9 from Murdoch. Shamsuddin, a quick feet.
Now that's a kick.
That's a kick.
You've seen kicks. Pelé would have been delighted with that one. But right here, not playing the man, receiving the pass, just off the ball like a free safety. I thought he curled and it may have cost him. The kid's too exposed to the goals so the defense can't catch up.
Young breaks out of the double team, finds Forrest. He has to kick it back out. Had Davis, couldn't get the pass through. Young gets around screen, the leader won't get out. Tipped away by Shamsuddin out of bounds.
That really was a save by him. Yeah, Davis not having a real good game. We mentioned how a lot of people thought he was a great talent, might be highly sought after next year. But he's got to turn it on a little bit, get into the game.
Cash over the top. He and Davis exchange. Conlon with the push from behind on Campbell. Number 3 on Marty Conlon.
Didn't quite get the three-quarter position that he needed.
16 foul on the Friars.
I thought Marion Cash did a much better job playing with his big guy. You know, looking in, trying to get him involved in the game. Of course, Conlon can't believe it.
They go right back to Campbell. In and out. Rebound taken by Murdoch. Finds Burton on a wing. Young trying to deny, screen the ball.
I think they're still in the triangle, Mike.
Burton inside. Conlon sent back by Forrest. block from the other side of Campbell.
He couldn't see the ball through the trees. He got it. Marty with a little bit of a power and a jump hook on it, but elevating and plateauing as well. That's a hover.
5.5 now to play. Friars by 1 in the ball.
That's one where the players really get on you after the game, particularly if you win.
Murdoch comes around, in and out. The rebound to Davis. Both teams struggling trying to get it down here. Davis' 10th rebound of the night. Young. Davis nearly picked up a foul. Burton picked up a rebound and a strong one.
Clemson's had some opportunities, Mike.
Sure have. Screen, the stutter step. Lost it and went right to Murdoch, and then it slapped out of bounds. Rick Barnes up looking for a call he's not going to get.
They really make the game helter-skelter.
Kirk Howling comes back in. You have been quiet tonight. Just 2 points, average 9 a game coming in.
Rick Barnes' secret is to keep you out of what you want to do and disrupt them.
Conlon, pretty good fake on Campbell. Reject by Davis after Shamsi Green got drilled by that pass. Jump out on Forrest to get the double team.
Great recovery. It looks like a break for Clemson. If Providence able to recover, get back and in position.
Here comes Sean Tyson in. He's been the man. He's got 20.
Michael, one thought on that pushing the ball. If they turn and reverse the ball, they should be able to get the big guys, but they stay too long in one corner on the break.
Cash will try, and he hits outside. Marion Cash with his 5th point of the night. Back and forth we go on the odd number. Clemson by 1.
Still with the triangle and 2.
Into Shamsuddin. Back out Burt. Sets his feet. Buries a 3. Quentin Burton's coming up big for the Friars.
And inside out. That's the way to attack.
Quick shot on the other end. Back rim by Forrest.
I don't know about that one, huh?
Shamsuddin in the lane. The finger roll too hard off the glass, but they're going to count it a goaltend. Shamsuddin with 14. Burton with 14.
Marion Cash now gave the ball up and then the long jumper, so it's not his fault. But here, good call by the officials. Good finger roll, as you noticed. But what Cash has to do, he's going to give it up, and he's not certain what the next. He's got to run after it if he can. He'll just tee it up deep and quickly. And Forrest with the hook because of it.
Lembo is not going to be popular right there in front of the Friar bench.
Now that's one area where you usually get the call. Well, it's in front of your bench, but they got a timeout now. That's where you can beg and really get in the man's ear.
64-60. Friars by 4 will be back to go here in the first half of our ACC-Big East doubleheader. 64-60, Providence by 4.
And Michael, left to right, you've got Howard Garfinkel, Dick McGuire, and Will Robinson. Dick with the Knicks and Will Robinson with the Pistons. All the biggies out. Howard, of course, the 5-star camp man. Has a lot of these kids during the summer. So Dick McGuire probably explained a few things to him.
Campbell skips it ahead to Young.
Yes, taking over, waving his man out, and right away inside.
Campbell turns, can't get it down, and we got a foul on Conlon, a push from behind. And number 4 on Marty Conlon.
Aggressive basketball. Cliff Ellis not wasting any time. Let's go to our meat and potatoes. Terrific post move, the drop step. Marty caught. Now this is exceptional. That's going after it. If you miss, go get it. And Elden Campbell sure did.
Campbell will have a couple, and he's right near his average. Not a great free throw shooter, 58%. Clemson 2 of 6 from the line here in the second half so far. They get 2 of 7.
Now they have a number of California kids, and Cliff Ellis started this years ago, looking for a junior college kid. He got one in California during the Wooden era, and he got a lot of success, so he's continued to go out there.
Elden looking pretty solid at the line there, gets them both, and a turnover. Clemson's pressure paying off. Davis is able to track down the pass. They'll have to reset. Comes out to Cash.
Go right back to the strength. Campbell shaking his head. Come on in.
Campbell trying to a jump turnaround. Doesn't get the bounce. Rebound loose, and Conlon hugs it. Friars by 2 in the ball, 3:25 to go. ACC-Big East Challenge tied at 2 games apiece.
A little confused right now. They weren't sure of what they were in.
Murdoch put it up thinking he was going to get the foul, and he did from Young.
And David Young wasn't sure of what was wanted. Marion Cash was saying, go play your man. We're still in the triangle in 2. And all of a sudden, David Young's not sure. See him coming into the picture late. And Murdoch wisely getting the contact. Of course, a great free throw shooter. What a mistake, Mike.
Yep, Providence. An excellent free throw shooting team, whereas Cliff Ellison's club has really struggled from the line this year.
It's always good to have an assistant coach that commiserates. Bob Hussey, you saw him there, listening to Cliff Ellis. The agony of being on the sideline.
Murdoch, who hadn't missed the free throw coming into tonight's game in 4 games, has missed 2 tonight. He's got 10. The lead is 3. Davis up ahead. Young gets it to Howland. Conlon the man back. Howland put it up anyway.
Did the press work, Mike?
Yes, it did.
Judgment.
Cliff Ellis howling over there on the sideline.
That's a shame, too, because if they would take reasonable shots with their big guys, they could control this game. So that's what the press does to you.
Big trip here for the Friars. If they can convert, they're up 3.
Still a triangle in 2.
Great steal by Young. Won't get to it in time, though. Nice hustle by David.
Sure was. He understood their dilemma right now.
Scared the daylight out of me.
That's the quickest I've seen you move. You might think, Michael, at this point, Tyson had a great first half, that they're going to need some points in a hurry. But he might get back in.
Yeah. Well, he's over there on the bench right now with 20 to lead all scorers. Friars have 10 in the shot clock. I'm not sure they realize it. Burton, I guess, does. Takes it. Campbell, a big-time block.
Major league.
And the Clemson fans are up and at it. Down low. Powered in by Davis, and a foul.
Well, it took them a while. But I think they've got their answer. Go deep, young man.
Shamsuddin, the foul, his first. And Davis a chance to tie this game with 2:13 to go.
Go into the well. And this is what started it all. That long arm of the law.
All ball.
We use that for Derek Coleman on occasion. But right here, the drop step, the terrific pass along the baseline, and extra strength.
Whoa! Campbell over the top.
Oh, my goodness.
That'll get the pro scouts right.
Oh.
Burton looks to answer, takes it up, draws a foul from Davis.
Michael, that was with the left hand, I think. Oh. That will be seen throughout the country. And Rick Barnes will be saying to his buddy, you got to screen him out. I don't think he can screen that out. The elevation was there.
That'll be in the Duo of Doom highlight film, as Dale Davis now has 4. Burton looking to tie the game. 2:05 to play. Quinton, a 73% free throw shooter. Friars come with the pressure. Forrest gets it ahead to Young.
Just wait for the big guys to settle.
They find Davis. He turns. Off the glass for 2.
Well, Elden Miller is very into the game right now. You see him follow that shot?
Murdoch.
Gimmick defense has been somewhat puzzling.
Conlon finds Burton. He's had a hard hand. Still does as he bangs home a 3.
Nobody's stepping back right now.
Burton, the game of his life as a Friar, and he picks up a foul, riding Cash up the sideline.
He just couldn't regain position along the sideline. Cash not letting him. Good pressure dribble.
Rick Barnes pacing on one side, Cliff Ellis pacing on the other. Friars by 1. Campbell, Davis really come to play here in the last couple of minutes. Marion Cash steps to the free throw line. Again, Clemson has been an adventure at the line.
Michael, I get a kick now. Providence has to screen Campbell out. And you can see that's the coach saying, hey, tie up those shoes, lace them up. Shamsuddin paying attention. Literally, he's got to squeeze with Burton or Campbell to put them both in the hole. Good guts right there.
6 for Cash.
Good pressure, free throw.
69 apiece. And this ACC-Big East Challenge continues to go down to the wire.
And there's Duffy Dwyer, the sports nut.
The Phantom Fire. Big shots by Cash.
Sure were.
11 lead changes in the second half, and Clemson's got it. Screen breaks the pressure. Up to Burton. Does he see Murdoch? He goes in himself. He stepped on the line.
And Campbell took away that baseline.
He had Murdoch, too.
Yeah, he did. You don't know about the angle, but he did have him. 2 big plays defensively by Elden Campbell. That he was covered. Good reaction. Good help out.
Clemson by 1 in the ball. They're all over Forrest. He finds Campbell. Campbell, a dribble and exhibition of his own.
Kick it back out and rest on that box, Elden.
25 in the shot clock. It goes into Campbell, and it's off the hands of Davis, out of bounds with 59 seconds to go.
Right idea, not the touch, Mike.
Timeouts left. Clemson 2, Providence 3. Providence giving the ball up in the second half. Screen takes it. Shamsuddin, the follow, no. Conlon trying to keep it alive, and they got a foul. It's going to go against Clemson. Forrest looks like he's going to pick up his third.
Forrest with a good aggressive move to the basketball. But screen, wanting the goal, taking it right here. Marty Conlon alertly stripping. I don't know about that one. Was in the heat of battle. That's only the 5th for Clemson, too.
Non-shooting foul, so the Friars with the shot clock off get the ball back down 1. Fine screen.
Time in 2.
What do you do, Bill? When do you take it?
Well, I think you've got to take a good one right away. Can't wait. Get other opportunities if you miss.
Find Burton. He gets a little closer. Hits a runner on the baseline. Clemson back quickly. Cash to Young. Short. Follow Davis. Foul Shamsuddin. And with 14 seconds on the clock. Sorry.
No, Michael. A great non-call out at half court.
Yeah.
Or at the hash mark. Cash dribbling the ball. Screen jumped in. But I'll tell you, David Young pulled the string a little, but the alert big people, and this is a great non-call at any level. This is a play on, screen really trying to initiate the contact, but here's the pulling of the string. Great position. You want your big guys to get right in there. Dale Davis with a good sprint to the box.
So Marion Cash, a 50% free throw shooter, made a couple of big free throws. Now Dale Davis will have to think about his. 14 seconds left to go in the game. Providence uses one of their timeouts, so timeouts are now 2 apiece. 71-70. Dale Davis, a 42% free throw shooter.
And last year 65%, so the 2 big guys find themselves a little bit, Mike.
Well, Marion Cash came up big. Now the Clemson fans will wait and see whether or not Dale Davis can.
Well, all of this has been done in practice now. Bob Hussey and Cliff Ellis talking and setting up the strategy of on a make, what do we do? On a miss, what do we do?
we got a make right here. Number 6 Duke against number 1 Syracuse. That is indeed coming up next as the ACC Big East Challenge Week continues. And then 2 more games tomorrow from a sold-out Meadowlands. The Villanova Wildcats take on Virginia. And then in the nightcap, it'll be Carolina against Georgetown. And if you're worried about Leonard and Duran, you will have updates during the game. So a full night of basketball and everything going on at the fight right here on ESPN as the ACC Big East Challenge Week continues.
Providence is discussing checking out. You remember Campbell's ability to leap and finish it off. What they want to do as they come up the floor, depending on the made free throw. Of course, Duke is ready. Abdelnabi.
Looks like he's getting ready for a fight up the tunnel, doesn't he?
But the key thing now, obviously, is the strategy changes on the make or miss.
Dale Davis, 6'11" junior from Georgia. Couple big ones here, Dale.
And Clemson has 1 to give 2 on a non-shooting foul.
Oh, big shot. Way to go, kid.
And a wave, too. Well, they made some big ones. Well, early season stats are misleading.
You hate to see kids miss free throws in this situation. We're tied at 71. Made them both. Here come the Friars. Chance for the last shot in the win. 10 seconds. They bring it down. Reach in. No call. Screen. Finds Conlon. He launches. No. Rebound loose underneath. Out of bounds. Save. That's it. Clemson's won the basketball game. The Clemson Tigers push the ACC into the lead in the Big East ACC Challenge Week. 72-71. The final score. Clemson by 1. And take a look at Cliff Ellis and his reaction here.
Well, he got them to get the big guys in the game, and the jubilation of a terrific inside game in the second half.
So the edge right now to the ACC. 72-71, the final here, Clemson. Let's go back to John Saunders. John?
Thanks a lot, Mike.